Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. The barely, barely cool. No, the barely cool. The barely, barely cool. Yeah, the barely cool. The barely, barely cool. No, the barely cool. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast. We're here. It's 10 p.m. on Wednesday night. This comes out in 8 hours. We're recording it now because I was in Quebec/Ottawa for
Ben, please. Quebec.
I am so impressed by people who can switch from French to English without skipping a beat. It's crazy to me because we're at this. So we went. So yeah, you know what? We'll talk about this on the podcast. What I did. So we went to Quebec. Sorry, Quebec. We stayed in Ottawa, but our main reason for going to this area was to go to Nordik Spa Nature, which I'm sure people watching this have heard of. It's very popular in Quebec, in Chelsea, Quebec.
How far is that?
From Ottawa?
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
There's a spa that I think is like, depending who you ask, is in Ottawa or Quebec.
It's
like
probably that one.
I don't know if it is.
No?
I think it starts with a K.
Oh.
Cohen? Something like that?
I've never heard of it.
I'll look it up. You
Anyways,
keep talking.
Nordik is unbelievable. We've been there one time before, but we just went. We did the thermal experience. For those of you who don't know, thermal experience, it's pretty popular now. Hot, yeah, sauna, hot tub, whatever. Cold plunge or snow room or whatever, and then 20 minutes relax or any amount of time. It varies amongst different spas. This one is 20 minutes. Recommends a 20-minute spa relax time. So anyways, we went and did this, and then we also did a massage. We didn't do a massage the first time. We did a massage the second time. And it was my first massage all the way naked, if you could believe it.
You went full naked?
I did. So
Did they asked you to?
Yeah, so let me tell you the story. No, I just whipped it off right in front of the massage therapist. I'm not an animal. No, it was actually a game time decision. So if you would believe it. So
I don't.
So they send you like a what to expect for your massage, thing. Just like what's the etiquette. And in the thing they say we recommend that you take all your clothes off. Just to like our massage therapist I guess can enhance it the most. I think what it's mostly for is like making sure like women feel comfortable with like their bras off, I guess, because then you can't go full on the back. But I mean, they were like, yeah, you can take all your clothes off. And as soon as I read that, me and Nis were both like, yeah, not happening. We're not taking our clothes off. I was like, I'm gonna keep the undies on just like I have at the other massage I've had
at every spa.
Yeah. And because it just felt weird, right? Because are we just gonna like hold hands? Or?
Keep the story going.
So it. Sorry, you knocked off my train of thought. I'm a little. I need a drink.
You like that?
No. Dude, stop. Anyways, I don't know what to do with my hand now. So, where was I? Judas
taking your bra off.
Anyways, yeah. So I was like, not gonna happen. Nis was like, no, not like she'll take her bra off, but she won't take the undies off. Same with me. I'm not taking the undies off.
Yeah, you leave the bra on.
I leave them on.
Your bra.
Oh, my bra. No, my bra will come off. I take the bra off. I'm not. That's fine. I don't want them to get all the way.
The strap
up.
gets in the way.
Yeah, I want them to get all along my back.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I whole like build up to it. I'm like, absolutely not happening. Because they say in the thing like we recommend you take it off, but undress to your comfort level.
Right.
But like we recommend it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So then I get there. Massage therapist comes out for me. It's like
is this couples massage?
No.
Okay.
No, separate.
Right.
It's
so you don't have Anissa to like last minute go
no.
I'm doing this.
Yeah. It was just me alone in a room.
Okay.
So like, but yeah, so it's like this older woman. I don't know how old, but she was like probably older than 40.
41.
Maybe 41. who knows? But she like an old, not a young woman, because, and this will be important later. For some reason, I don't know what happened with my brain. Just decided that this was the most comfortable situation.
Right.
But we go into the room and in my head I'm going undies, only undies.
Yeah.
And then she goes over the whole thing, goes, like it would be a lot better if you just undressed fully. And then she's like, okay, I'm gonna step out of the room. And then as soon she's like, I'm all undies only. And then she said that, and I'm like, should I? Like,
yeah.
She just said it now.
Yeah.
Like it's not just written on a page now.
Yeah,
like,
she's
saying,
like this.
This is
It
like,
really
it's gonna be
is.
better.
Yeah.
If you do that, and I'm like, so then I was like sitting there, and I'm like, she's gonna come back in the room in a minute. Like I'm taking too long to get undressed here. And then I was like, you know what, forget it. And I just like whipped my underwear off, and I dropped under the sheets, and I'm like,
Ready? You're like voice cracks.
I was like, oh geez, like I'm gonna regret this, because like it just feels weird, right? Like I'm naked.
Yeah.
And then she like knocks on the door. Are you ready? I'm like, yep.
Yes.
I'm ready. And first thing after I finally settled down, those sheets. I've never really slept naked or anything like that. Dear
nice,
Lord,
right?
those sheets are nice on the
sheets.
balls. They are
Balls.
just like they're just nice on all of it. It's very comfortable on those sheets.
I'm trying.
Very soft.
Did I go naked? I don't know if I've gone naked.
I don't. It's that was my first time going naked. I've had 2 massages, so I don't have a lot of. There's not a huge sample size here. But that's my first time going naked. The other one didn't even give you the option. They said underwear. Like just not
Right.
like not tops, but bottoms. And
So
I was like, and I get that. Like I feel like that would
Yeah.
be awkward for a
I get
massage
that.
therapist.
Yeah.
Like I would never even consider going full naked. It was just because she said it to me in the moment. Like it would be better if you did.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, like, does she have like something that like would get in her way?
Right.
And so I'm like,
I
got myself all psyched out.
I can't get this image out of my head of like, because the sheet says like you can get naked or like undress to your comfort level.
Right.
Like just jeans.
With jeans, can you
Yeah.
imagine?
Like-
oh, you can just roll those up when they get down to the leg.
They're like trying to hike them up past your calves.
That would be so good.
I just thought I'd leave these on.
Yeah.
They're not even the jeans you wore. You like packed a pair. You came in wearing like obviously blue jeans, and these are
Yeah.
like red. Like,
Yeah. These are my massage
Yeah.
jeans. Oh, okay.
was it? So it was good.
So it was comfortable initially. And then most of it was pretty good. Like she was great. She was super professional and just like
Didn't even comment on it
no,
because that would be weird.
That would be very weird.
She goes, "Oh, you listened."
And even like, but there was a couple times where it's like, and like these are professionals. They're great at their job. She made me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, and like that was a hard thing for me because this was my second massage, and I always have to get it out of my head like, it's not weird that you're being massaged because I'm like, this is their job. They signed up for this.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
So I won't go deeper into it, but it's hard. It still
It's
is there.
weird.
And then so the going from not naked to naked now created this other element where it's like, is she uncomfortable that I'm naked? And then
Right.
it's like, no, she told you to get.
Yeah.
To,
How
to-
high up did she get?
So here's the thing. So this is when it got nerve wracking. It was like, so I'm on my back, right?
Yeah.
And she takes like the sheet
Yeah,
down.
she rolls it up
right?
one leg at a time or whatever.
Like right above the entrance of my crack. Like when I'm on my stomach.
Yeah.
Right? Like
so this is the top.
yeah. So
Like
this is the
this is back.
This is back
going
So
down.
She's massaging the
Right.
back area. I
Yeah.
can't like think about where
I know what you're saying.
You guys at home, think about where your crack begins.
Yeah, the plateau.
Yeah, right down
Yeah.
to there. So like
Just enough.
The top quarter of my butt is showing.
Just enough that you feel like a little like
A little naked. Yeah. There's
Like,
a little
just sneaking under the sheet.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I'm like a bit of my. It's not at my lower back.
Yeah.
a bit of my butt is out.
Right.
So instantly, like this is the opening. So I'm like, this is.
Yeah, she
So then my
knows.
brain's going, is this awkward?
Yeah.
It's not. I'm reminding myself this is a massage. She does this every day to like a bajillion people. So I'm like, whatever. And then she starts like massaging my back, and I guess they probably have anatomical markers for it, like something that reminds them to go back up. But she would get down like a millimeter
Yeah.
from going like just right under my butt and then back up.
Yeah.
And so every time she's going down, and I'm like, are you gonna like go
This is the one.
right
This
to
is the
my
one.
butt?
Yeah.
And so the whole time I'm like, please don't. And then eventually she did in the first one.
Yeah.
That's why I settled down, because it's like, this is a relaxation massage. I'm supposed to
Yeah.
be relaxed.
And the whole time you're just doing
I'm
this.
just like,
You're
please. But the worst of it all wasn't even the back. It was it was when she goes down and uncovers the leg.
That's what I'm asking.
And there were certain point, like when she would fold, you know how they fold the sheets up and then they tuck it around your thigh. There was like a split, probably 2-3 seconds when she was in the tuck where I'm like, you can totally see my left nut right now.
That's what I was wondering.
You know,
Yeah.
like I'm like, you can see it's squished down under my thigh, but you can see my left nut.
Yeah.
So I'm like there was like, you can feel the breeze.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she can see my left nut right now. And then she would tuck it, but she wouldn't touch anything.
Yeah.
Which was great because that would have been awful. If even a graze would have been awful. Because I would have been like, oh geez, please, this is so awkward.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, she would get up my thigh right before it. Right before the peen.
Do you think
or anything.
Do you think
Maybe it felt like it was right before it. I don't know. I was
that's
nervous.
probably part of it.
I was nervous.
like because you can get pretty high up, especially if it's tucked.
Yeah.
The sheet's tucked. Like you get pretty high up like to right underneath the butt.
Yeah. Yeah. It might have felt closer because I was nervous.
Yeah.
But eventually, like, it was always just the first couple of like, I don't know what to call it, like passes, I guess, on a new area that I would be nervous, and then I would go, okay, settle down.
So how
You're
did you?
fine.
Okay, post massage, you and Anissa link back up, and you go.
I told her, yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. She was
did
like,
it.
what? Yeah. But anyways, another thing before in the massage was I had to flip over at one point, right? To go onto my back.
Yeah.
And I think that she positioned the sheet in a way that when I was mid-flip, she blocked it, but it did not feel that way in the time. It felt like she lifted the sheet up and I just flipped over, and then everything would have been present. But then I looked and I saw her like moving the sheet as it was moving. So I'm assuming she had some way to block it all out. But I was like, this is just this is awkward.
I think in the times that I've flipped, I just kind of like rolled under.
Yeah, that's what I did the first time.
Yeah.
I just rolled around.
Yeah.
But she like fully positioned every part of she moved everything around.
Interesting.
And then like put stuff under my knees and whatnot
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So it was good.
Yeah.
Like good massage.
Yeah.
Like very relaxing. It was a relaxation massage. So the first one I had was a Swedish.
Right.
So they got
it's
a little
lot
deeper.
Yeah. Trying to fix
which was
those.
nice. I preferred that actually. But I
right
knew
there
what I
with
was
you.
signing up for. They had two. They had relaxation and intense, which I'm assuming is their version of Swedish, probably. Like it's a little more. And I picked relaxation. But next time I'm going.
The
intense.
relaxation to me is just slightly.
just a lot of rubbing.
It's slightly too
And stretching.
familiar.
Yeah.
It's just
like having your back rubbed by like a person who
That's-
isn't an RMT.
when you do the Swedish, it's a little intense enough that it's like, oh yeah,
It
this
hurts
is
sometimes.
This is your job.
Yeah.
With the relaxation, it's a little bit too much of the. Yeah, this is just a human rubbing on. me.
Yeah. Anybody can do this.
Yeah. Like, and not that.
Like I know that.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean
But
by
it's-
that.
It's
Like
that feeling
their-
of just
obviously
like
they're pros and they know what they're doing.
it's that feeling of like
Yeah.
this is just rubbing.
Yeah. Yeah. There was some stuff she did. Like she did do like some stretching and like she
Yeah.
would hold certain muscles and stretch it, just not as like
Yeah,
intense
yeah.
as a Swedish massage would. Like she wasn't just getting in there.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I was saying before is in my head was, if this was a man, wouldn't have gotten naked. Don't know why I figured that out in my head. It just
And if
would
she
have been
was
awkward.
younger?
And if she was a young woman, also wouldn't have gotten naked
Yeah.
because in my head again, that was
Yeah.
the ultimate
Yeah.
awkwardness.
You're like, she's old.
She's something.
She's a little
I don't know.
older.
It was a split second
Yeah.
decision.
No, I get
I don't
it.
know how I justified it,
Yeah.
but I was like, you know what? She's older. Like
Yeah.
she won't find this awkward.
You're
Some
like, that's like
young
my
guy-
mom. I'll get naked for my mom. Like that's what you're
Yeah,
thinking?
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what exactly went through my head.
Yeah.
She's seen it all before. But yeah, something about a man for some reason was awkward because a dude grazing up on your peen and being like, oh, sorry. Can you imagine that? Quick graze. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
man.
Or just, oh, nice.
You imagine? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Look at that. Cool. Nice nut.
How'd you get that?
Anyways, but yeah, then a young woman felt to me like creepy old dude gets naked.
Yeah, I get that. There's something about like if it's a young woman who says that, you're like, I know this is your job, but like, they tell you to say this.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
You don't have to do this.
where I'm like, you don't like
Yeah.
if blink twice if you're uncomfortable with this.
Yeah.
'Cause,
No, I
like,
get that.
I'll just keep my underwear.
If your
on.
massage therapist is like a woman who's older, like you almost wish she like comes in smoking,
yeah,
where she's like,
do whatever you want.
I've
Doesn't
seen it
matter.
all.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? It's for some reason she made me feel comfortable
Right.
with it, and I made the split second decision to make it happen.
good for her. You can leave a review.
Yeah, I will.
I got naked for
Yeah,
her.
she made me comfortable whipping it out.
Yeah.
So anyways, it was a good massage. But yeah, definitely next time I'm going for the intense, boy. I would recommend if you ever go there, go
To
for
do
the
intense.
intense. I haven't had the intense, but I'm assuming it's probably Swedish-esque. Like just getting in there.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what I really want to do? I think we've talked
I like
about
when
this
it
as
I like
well.
when it hurt when it doesn't hurt, but it's like it's enough pressure that you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You gotta like
And then after,
you gotta
you're
hold
like,
your breath for a little bit.
oh,
and you
yeah,
go,
yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
And then
when
you
they
sink
release
into the bed.
Yeah.
You know
Anyways,
what? I think we talked about this last time we talked about massages. I really want to do hot rock.
Yeah.
That's
Every time I go to a massage place, that's like a spa, not like an
Yeah.
actual massage.
Rocks
I
are
don't
all
know.
busy.
Yeah, rock is always full. I think everybody wants rock.
Everyone wants the hot rock.
Which I mean, I get
Yeah.
it. That sounds exquisite.
You know what I've never seen? I think it's like it might. Honestly, part of me feels like it's only in movies, like seaweed wrap. The heck is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
I want one of those.
I've never
Never
heard of
seen
that.
that.
So we did. It's funny that you say that. We did two. So we did the treatment, which was
Yeah.
the massage, and then what they have there is they have a bunch of obviously saunas and
Yeah,
cold plunge
yeah,
things.
yeah.
They have like a social area, silent area, kind of an area where you can do a whisper but not very loud.
Yep.
And then they have like experiences that they call them, and it's like specific guided sauna sessions.
You talked about this
Yeah,
last time.
so one is the towel
Yeah.
thing. It's like a Finnish
Yeah.
thing. I don't know what the specific name
yeah,
is.
like the sweaty towels. or
Yeah,
whatever.
they like whip a towel
Yeah.
around and they move air around and they
Yeah.
infuse like ice balls that have essential oils directly onto the thing and then move the hot air
Yeah.
around. And it's like leveled saunas. So if you sit on the top, it's hotter.
Yeah, yeah,
Bottom
yeah.
is so you can move up and down as you go about. So there's one. I'll get to the towel one after, but we had done the towel one before, but we did this new one that is really hard to get into. There's
Yeah.
only 16 spots and it's
Okay.
once an hour, and you have to line up like 45 minutes before
Yeah.
to get into this.
It's like
thing.
feeding the dolphins.
Yeah. So
You wanna
we
watch
ran
them.
over there. We had like it scoped. Niece actually crushed it because like I didn't realize what time it was. She's like she saw 3 people lining up across the
Yeah,
spa.
yeah,
And
she's like,
we
"That's-
gotta get over there.
that's that."
And so I whipped over there and we got in line and we got into it.
Yeah, sounds
and
relaxing.
It what's that?
It sounds relaxing. Ben, go!
We really wanted to try it, but anyways,
Tell me about
it was 20 minutes in a sauna, which is a long time.
It's a long time.
And it was like a birch. He had these like birch sticks, and he would like dip them in water and like whip them around, and then he would use them to spread scents around, and then he would touch you with them. He'd come up with the birch things. They were like leaves, and like put some like pressure on you with them, and then like rub them down your body, and then he would like sprinkle water with it. And at the end, he got like ice water and sprinkled it on you with it. It was very weird, but somewhat relaxing.
Sounds like some sort of voodoo.
Yeah, well,
hoodoo.
The whole time he's going like, you know, collect your negative thoughts, and then when the ice water gets you, release it all. But I was like, I was trying to settle in, trying to have an open mind. But anyways, the worst thing about it though,
Open mind. That's how the demons get in, boy.
the worst thing though that I have to tell the podcast is, I got in my own head,
Yeah.
stupidly.
Okay.
I got into like a masculine battle with this other guy. So it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I started on the top level. And probably like 2-3 minutes in, everybody's moved down to the lower level except me and this one other guy across the sauna. And I looked across.
Exactly where that was
I
going.
looked across and I decide I'm not getting off this top level till you do. I don't care how bad it gets. I was like, I'm staying on here the whole time if I have to. Awful idea. This guy didn't get off the top till like 16 minutes in, and by that time my heart rate was through the roof. I was dying. When I got out of this sauna, man, I ran over to the -8 thing or whatever it was, 8 degrees, I don't know. Dived in, was in there for like 5 minutes. I got out. Anissa's like, I go sit down. Anissa's telling me a story, bro. She's spinning in circles. I don't know what I did to myself. I actually got scared.
Yeah.
I was like sitting there and she was telling me a story and the whole world is spinning in circles. And I'm like, I really overdid it in there. I overdid it. And she's telling me about how like a couple that was next to us was talking about, like, did you see that guy who stayed on the top row the whole time? I don't know how he did that. And I'm like, I don't know how I did it either. I almost died. I almost had a cardiac episode in that sauna.
That's so you.
I know.
That's so
But like I'm
you.
not usually like toxically
But it's
masculine like that.
not that. It is toxically, but it's not that. Like I don't view you as like a very toxic male.
No.
But I
just
do
decided.
view you as this weird competitive psychopath.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, maybe the podcast is added to it, but there's a part
Yeah.
of you that's just like,
Bring it on, bro.
yeah, like that That
he has
guy,
no idea.
Yeah, probably not. Unless
Yeah,
there's
unless-
a chance he's thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
But a higher percentage is him just going, I like it up here.
Yeah, I'm settling in.
And you're over there going,
Meanwhile, we're going, I'm gonna flip and stay up here longer than you.
he's up there going, it's getting pretty warm. And you're like, you sick bastard, you better get off there. You think you're tough staying up here this long? I'll stay up here just as long.
Yeah.
You're like starting to go a little
passing
woozy.
out.
Yeah.
I have never experienced my heart rate go that high in a like a sitting down.
Yeah.
My body got so hot that it was just like, bro, you got to get out of here.
One time,
I considered leaving.
one of the times Maddie and I think the first time we did like a Nordic kind of spa was the one Niagara on the Lake, and it was fine. You know, it's definitely not the best one I've been to, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And the steam room, pretty steamy.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, I go in going like, okay, here we go. And then there's a little thing like push the button. I'm like, push the button. All of a sudden, it's like the steam kicks in. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, you can't breathe.
like I'm like, you know, it's getting in there. And I think that like the second time, Maddie was like, I can't.
Yeah.
We're in here too long.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't even know, like maybe 2 minutes, if that. But I liked it. Like I kind of like that feeling of like, oh, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And I convinced her to go back in with me one point, and this guy came in. Older dude, probably in his like 40s, a little overweight.
Yeah.
And he sits down, he pushes the button, steam comes in, and he's just like, oh, whoa, isn't that something? And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty intense. And he's like, you're telling me. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay in. Kind of nice, though, but it's something. And I was like, dude, you're the best.
That's
the coolest
great.
guy ever.
That's awesome. I love it. There's a lot of cool people there. Yeah, but I think it was. Yeah, I think it was a combination of like dehydration and not enough oxygen because I wasn't breathing very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I died.
Yeah.
Don't do it, guys. Don't
And the
stay.
demons.
The demons got in too. Yeah, the demons got in.
You ever, I want to do.
He. You know what sucked though? I couldn't build myself up to it. But he said when he brought the cold water over, he's like, you can either just take an exhale or you scream, like yell it out. And nobody did. And I was a little sad because I didn't have the guts. I was dying when it happened. So I didn't even think about it at the time. What was the funniest bit here? But I was hoping somebody would just be like, he would like touch and go, oh, like something like that.
I think that if you did that in that moment, I think you would have broke down crying.
If I yelled?
I think it would have let something out. I think
All the pent up.
I think you would have yelled. You would have started crying. Going, I shouldn't be up here. I shouldn't be up here.
I've been trying to out masculine that guy.
You turn to
And he's
him.
like, what?
You turn to him. You beat me.
Yeah.
You're the better man.
Oh man, it was awful. It was awful.
My dad
a good
was
experience.
right.
Good experience though overall.
It sounds nice. I was reading up on Native American sweat lodges, and gosh, if I don't want to go to one of those,
Yeah.
in some sort of,
Is it like a sauna-esque type deal? Just like real hot?
but like spiritual.
Oh, okay, something.
I just wanna
something
see.
a little more additional there.
Yeah, there's something.
Okay,
There's
cool with that.
something.
I can get on with that.
You know what the problem is I'm a white guy who just wants to be special. And I read I was reading up on them, and it was like it was like an article, but it wasn't like, it was like they're all, it didn't say like it's just this. They were like, sweat lodges are a thing that are in all sorts of like native cultures all across North America, and here are some like ways they do it. There's some variants. Various people do for various things. You know, maybe you're like trying to you've got a big decision coming up. This will help get you there. You know,
right.
So looking for guidance from ancestors, I think was one. I might be wrong, but then the one it was like I think it said. Let me look it up actually.
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't want to.
I think
But
I think it's I don't know if it's similar, like the Finnish things or sort of the Finnish sauna thing is like that, where the scent they pick is like that, where it's like, I picked this scent for this, like it does this. Like last year when we went, they picked scents that were woody to send out like I don't know what their words for, but were, I guess, thoughts and prayers, but it was a different sort of thing to the wildfires, people being affected by the wildfires.
Right.
That was their thing, their whole theme. But
okay,
Anyways, you tell me.
Let's see. Okay, some types of sweats.
Okay.
Different.
Right.
The sweat lodge has been called the most powerful structure in the world as a place specially constructed to conduct ceremony. Sweats vary from purification and cleansing to healing sweats. It is said that the sweat lodge during ceremony responds to what the participants need. Other types of sweats include clan sweats, where like you all go, such as bear clan sweats, sweats for fasters, both before and after they fast.
Oh, interesting.
Sweats for sun dancers. And this is where I was like, I want to be special. Sweats when you seek your spirit name. And I was like, I was reading that like late at night the other night, and I was just like, wonder what mine could be.
What's my spirit name?
I know that's like probably very disrespectful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I was wondering, like, are we?
No chance.
Are you crossing a line here?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just one of those things that they're like, hey, curious white guy, come on in.
Come on in. We'll figure out what your name is.
I think it's a very serious thing.
Right.
And I have no way of ever attaining that.
Yeah.
And probably rightly so.
You got to befriend somebody who can get you in.
But even outside of that, I just think it would be an interesting. I would love if there were ones that were like, come see, you know, like just. I think that's interesting,
Right? Yeah.
I
Learning
think,
about different culture. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
same thing I'm doing at the spa is where the one with the birch was Russian origin. And then the other one's Finnish, and it's like I'm just learning about what these people have been doing.
I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You like it's very revered. Like to conduct one, you have to go through a long process and learn, and I just think that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the problem in me, the colonial settler in me, read. Like I'm just picturing like another like a 50-year-old white dude who goes, "Honey, I'm gonna find out my spirit name." Like you know, like
some racist guy.
Yeah.
Comes home. Oh yeah, it's Wolf Moon.
yeah, something.
Something like that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he just got like conned.
Yeah.
He had to pay like $1,000, and rightly so.
I mean, if some like ignorant white guy came, I'd scam him too. If I was if I was.
I've
someone
heard
who could run that.
there's a show Maddie and I like called Reservation Dogs, and it's about growing up on a reservation, a reserve in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And characters are great show. Highly recommend it. It's on Disney Plus. Very moving, but also very funny.
Right.
And there's a character on there who I don't know if it says he lives on the reserve or just close enough. And he always hangs out. His name's White Steve, and he's just a white guy.
Is that just like an English translation of a, or do they speak English?
Oh yeah, they all speak English.
So they just called him White Steve.
They just call him White Steve.
That sounds like some bad English translation of some other name. Just White Steve?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Hey, White Steve.
Yeah, White Steve.
That's so funny. Is there another not White Steve?
There's White Steve, who's just like a friend who kind of hangs out.
Right.
And then there's a guy who I don't remember the character's name, but he like owns a junkyard with like a bunch of meth heads or something.
Oh, jeez.
But he's like he never explicitly says, but he like is strongly implying that he's like, I'm part of this. You know? Like they show up and he's like, oh, brother, like, join me as we travel on this quest. And they're just like, dude, like,
you gotta stop.
Yeah,
stop being weird. Yeah.
He's like, we are all one. You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
like he's wearing like a necklace that like they're all like, you shouldn't.
You
be.
gotta stop with this. That's funny.
Yeah, because like a big thing in a lot of Native cultures is this idea of community and family.
Yeah.
So like any elder above you is respected.
Right.
Any older woman is an auntie.
Right.
Any older man is an uncle.
It's all one big
You're
community.
all one big family,
which is
basically.
nice.
And so like these kids show up. They're like kind of problem kids, and they're selling them something basically to get some cheap change. He goes, nephew, you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
okay, stop being weird. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great show.
That sounds good.
It's very great. But White Steve,
I love that. I like learning about other cultures.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what though? So we went to do the Finnish one again.
Yeah.
There's names for them, guys. Like, I think the Russian one was called Banya, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And then I can't remember what the other one is called. Starts with an A, I think. But anyways, we went to it again, and we've been there before. We've done it before. It's like a towel wave, and I think it's like a pretty extensive training you have to go through to do this to lead this.
Yeah.
And usually it's very like calming, like still a lot of movement, but so the music, it's accompanied by like soothing sounds and stuff like that. So we go in Can I borrow your phone for a second?
Please do.
I want you to sit in my shoes. Okay, so close
Okay.
your eyes.
Yeah.
You're entering a sauna. Okay, it's
Yeah.
a pretty large sauna. There's quite
Yeah.
a few other people in there. It's got 3 levels. All right, it's your typical sauna made of wood. Smells pretty good.
Cedar.
Yeah, you go and you sit on the lower level.
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause I learned my
And-
mistake from before.
Yeah, yes, exactly. You're Ben, and you learned that
Yeah.
now is not the time to kill yourself.
I'll just sit in the. I'll just sit there. Cal sit on the ground
So
actually.
what's you want to open this for me?
Excuse me. There we go.
So there's like some nice lighting.
yeah.
Nice lighting. It's like a orangey kind of beige light. It's very warm.
Yeah,
it's a very
okay.
warm lighting. So
Right.
you're in there. You're feeling really good. You've been in here before.
Yeah.
You're expecting a very
Class is about to
calming,
start.
but yet sorry, let me just type here.
There's like I'm picturing. Let me tell you what I would like to have. I'd like to have a very zen, sort of meditative, perhaps some singing bowls.
Yeah. So there's so everyone's getting real settled in. It's
Yeah.
a very warm light in there.
888 hertz, make money.
Yep, exactly. And then the person leading the ritual comes in and starts speaking in French. Says a bunch of stuff in French that you don't understand.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, hello.
Fromage.
And then
Pain au
seamlessly,
chocolat.
like without even skipping a beat, switches to English. You
Yeah.
find it so impressive.
Yeah.
Does that for a little bit back and forth, and then says, this is going to be guided by some music, and you go, okay, music is going to be some calming sounds, as it always has been the other 7 times you did this
Yeah.
this thing. And then she goes, okay, enjoy the ritual, and exits the room. Okay.
Okay.
And then the lights go from a very warm orangey beige color to red,
oh.
and then this comes on. And the lights, no, close your eyes.
Yeah.
And then she comes in, lights are red,
Yeah.
and just starts whipping the towel around, throws some ice and splatters them together, and then just starts running around. And it's
What do you mean running?
like moving around
Yeah.
quite fast, whipping the towel around. It's red, it's very dark, it's very sensual.
Sensual.
Very sensual, not like just the
Like
way
she's
the room.
moving, like-
You've got some guy on the top level to the left,
Yeah.
with his arms in the air, going, and then every now and then he puts his arms down and taps on the thing and goes, oh, and taps the wood, and this song is just going, and okay, come back to life now, bro. When that song came on, I looked at Niece and she looked at me and she squeezed my hand. She's like, "What is going on?" It was the most insane thing.
Did you- you didn't-
nothing like how
didn't
it has
laugh?
been in the. I laughed. But I was like one of those laughs where I was like, what do
Yeah.
I do here? I don't want to like be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just started. She did the whole ritual for 8 minutes, and it's just Rihanna.
That's crazy.
And I've done this. That was like my 8th time doing that ritual, and every single time it's been like a soothing sound, maybe like a more intense song, but still no words. Like no, it's not like mainstream music. It's very
let me guide you on one, okay?
okay. But I'll tell you, it threw me for a
Let me tell you how I would run mine.
Okay.
Okay, close your eyes. And
I actually said I'll
at
explain
home
it
you
after.
can close your eyes as well. Okay. I want similar sauna experience. However, I'm picturing mine with like a nice mosaic tile.
Okay.
Lots of little white.
Even the benches are tile?
Yeah.
Well, that would get hot, but yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You recommend everyone files in, it's kind of low lighting. I'm thinking more like blues.
Okay.
Some like not warm blues. That's a bit of an oxymoron, but it's like rich, kind of dark blues.
Okay.
Maybe a purple in there.
I like that.
You come in. There's one yellow light pointed towards the front because that's where I am.
From the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like a spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the lights are in the ceilings. They're kind of casting down on you, and then also under the bench, little lights around the edge, like underneath the edge of the bench.
Cool.
So you come in, you sit down. I go, please have a seat. You can lay your towel down underneath you if you like. I'm going to be taking you on this guided experience.
Say it in French too.
Yeah, I say
Okay.
it in French.
Okay.
Yeah, just picture what that would sound like.
Levez-vous,
Yeah.
levez-vous, levez-vous.
Yeah, les états. bow down.
Les maisons.
You may get the comfortable and the guided experience. Very calming.
Yeah.
And I go,
I'll say French.
we're going to do some circle breathing.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, release for 4 seconds. I'm going to come back in 1 minute after you've all calmed down, and I will guide you in this meditation. And so you do that for a minute. I come back in. I have changed. I'm in a Speedo. Black, shiny, oil slick to my skin. I hit a switch behind me. Lights go green. I pull a cape out from behind me. I do a big flourish as I fling it behind me, and I have. You ever see the Labyrinth?
It's like a Dracula cape.
Of course, yeah,
color,
with
okay.
the little like rope tassel to
Okay.
hold it together. You ever see Labyrinth?
Yep.
David Bowie's in that.
Yeah.
I pull out 2 glass balls like David Bowie has.
Okay.
And I'm standing there, but I'm kind of crouched, and I go, hit it.
Yeah, I ain't seen you in a minute. But I got something to tell
And
you.
the whole time, I'm just twirling the balls. Keep breathing. Breathe with the balls. Breathe through your balls. From your core to your mind. From your mind to your core. You control the balls do not control you. Steam starts coming down from the ceiling. What do you think?
I love
Is
it.
that relaxing?
That's great.
It's basically the same thing.
That's pretty much the exact same
Yeah.
thing. Wow. But yeah, it sent me for a flippin' loop. I'll tell you, it was unbelievable.
Especially because, think about if this was your first time. Mm-hmm. The next time you go, you're like, I don't know if we want to do
Did I
this.
experience the after hours one?
I don't know if we want to do the finish one.
Yeah.
Now when you go back, you're like, it's even weirder.
Yeah.
Because it's like, is it going to be 1, 2, or a third option?
Yeah.
Is it just different every time?
Yeah, I couldn't help but, and I think the lighting really helped, like a deep red. I couldn't help but the whole time think, should I be turned on right now?
Were you?
No,
Not at all.
I was confused.
Yeah, confusion.
Well, a little bit. Maybe a half.
Confusion typically does not bode well.
No, I was just I was like, this is nothing like I've experienced before. What have I stepped into?
That's
Some new
awesome.
experience? Anyways, it was crazy.
Then halfway through, she goes, "You can scream if you like."
It's the guy at the back going and tapping.
The
Yeah.
tapping is weird.
I don't understand what he was doing.
Like he's
I was really
clapping
confused by him.
quietly.
I don't know.
Like he's cheering her on. I don't know.
I don't know. She was unbelievable at it though. She had an ability to move the towel around and like flip it behind her back and stuff, but it stayed out like a perfect square. It would never like fold in
right.
because she kept spinning it.
Yeah.
I don't know how she did it, but she was unbelievable. I sent to Denise after. I said, if you got a bunch of people in there for like their first time doing the experience, I wonder how long you could put me in there whipping the towel around before
they
people
know.
realized
Yeah.
when this guy's got no
I
idea.
want
what he's
to. I want to
doing.
run one of those, but I get one of those big circular drums that you pull back and it goes and it shoots the air at you. I want to get one of those where yeah, exactly. I'm at the front and I have like an essential oil
Yeah.
in like a bath bomb.
Yeah.
And I crush it and I throw the powder and then I just go and it just yeah.
All over someone's face.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wouldn't that be good?
That would be great.
It'd be relaxing.
But anyways, it threw me for an absolute loop.
So how long were you there? 2 days? 1 night?
Oh no, we stayed 2 nights.
2 nights.
We got there on. We left
Ottawa.
Monday afternoon because I worked till 3:30 on Family Day, and so we didn't get to Ottawa till like 9.
Yep.
And then we checked into our hotel. It's nice. It's Sonder. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Sonder. Maybe you have.
I'll look it up.
They've got hotels in like 41 cities or something, like London, New York, Chicago.
Whoa!
I thought it was I had never. They have 3 separate locations in Ottawa: Sonder O'Connor, Sonder Arlo, and Sonder Rideau.
Which one were you at?
Sonder Arlo. Sonder Rideau was where the parking was, so that's where we parked, and then it was like a 2-minute walk over to the Arlo. So they were like they were just a couple blocks away from each other. It was unbelievable. It's all self check-in.
This looks lovely.
Yeah, it was nice. It was an apartment too. It was like It had a kitchen, full
Yep.
kitchen, equipped kitchen, bathroom, like living space, and then a separate room for where you slept. Yeah, on
So
the
did
12th
you-
floor,
did you,
which was
like,
nice.
Did you make use of the kitchen? Like, did you get
We didn't cook anything, but we used like the kettle in there and the
Nice.
coffee maker and stuff, and we used like the fridge. Obviously, we brought a couple like of a bit of our own food, and then like they had like a fully equipped kitchen, so like dishes.
Yeah.
like
That's
plates,
nice.
cups,
Yeah.
all cutlery. They had like knives, like knives to cut food with and prepare food. It was unbelievable. I hadn't. I think it's the kind of place that it's like if you were on like a 2-week long like short-term business trip, you'd stay there.
Right.
Instead of like
Yeah,
a hotel
yeah.
so that you can cook your own food.
Yeah, you can get into a bit of a routine.
And it was like, and it's all self-check-in. So you just they have an app and they just give you a code to get into the building, and then they have a code to get into your room, or you can set up like a mobile key on your phone, and then
That's
you just
nice.
hold it up to the door and it opens the door.
fancy.
It was very cool. And yeah, 3 separate locations in Ottawa. So I'm like, how much of a demand is there for these things if you've got 3 locations? All fairly close to each other. Because Ottawa's not massive.
How much did that set you back?
It was like $130 a night.
That's reasonable.
I know.
That's quite
very
reasonable.
reasonable for a hotel in downtown
in a city.
Yeah,
A
downtown
city
Ottawa.
center.
Like 5-minute walk from Parliament.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was not even 5 minutes. 2 minutes walk
It's
from
been-
Parliament.
it's
a
been-
block away from
It's
Parliament.
it's been not super cold.
No.
So
Yeah.
how was Parliament?
Great. I'll explain actually my Parliament experience in a moment.
You
it was
saw
funny.
him. You saw
Pierre
him.
Poilievre?
You kissed him.
No, he wasn't. I wish.
Got down on your hands and knees and said, "I don't even deserve to kiss the ground you walk on,
it
sir."
it was actually unfortunate that neither of them were there. No, they were because the house isn't sitting this week. They only sit 3 out of the 4 weeks of a month.
Yeah. There's a joke there somewhere. Need a break from all that sitting?
Yep. So, anyways, Trudeau was in Western Canada. I was really hoping to see him so I could heckle him.
Yeah.
Just kidding. And then Pierre Poilievre was there. I wasn't there. He was in Kitchener or something, and I was hoping to see him so I
Doing
could
what?
smooch him on his
Yeah.
lips.
You stand like you're in the military. Alert.
Sir,
You kick
right
your heels
honorable
together.
Pierre
Yeah.
Poilievre.
We don't deserve you, sir. We don't. We're worms to you, but you grace us with your presence. You do.
Yeah.
Guide us, oh holy man.
Anyways, so
Yeah.
I'll explain. We did a tour of the House of
course.
Commons, and they have the House of Commons temporarily in the West Block because they are working on the main central building, like the one with the Peace Tower, until 2031.
Oh, that's government for you.
The restoration project. So I was shocked. She was like, "Yeah, so unfortunately, like the central block is not available. It's undergoing restoration." I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever."
couple weeks.
Until 2031. I'm like, "You're doing 10 years of restoration?
Yeah.
That's insane."
We don't have any.
What are you restoring?
We don't have any high-speed bullet trains in Canada. We don't really have a very Toronto.
Well, I
barely
wasn't
has a
thinking about that.
subway, but you're right. Yeah, I guess we should.
I was just
be
thinking,
working on this till 2031.
I was just thinking about like what could possibly take 10 years to get done. I don't understand.
They have to gild it in gold.
Yeah, it's a building. Like, what do you? I know it's old, but like, come on, man. You gotta get like materials shipped from somewhere. Anyway, so unfortunately, the house wasn't sitting, which I honestly just wanted to see Trudeau and those guys because not that I really like care to get a picture with them or
Yeah.
anything, but it's just fun. I find it fun to see people you see on TV.
Yeah,
you know,
I
you're just
agree.
like, holy frick, look at him.
You see that video?
That's Trudeau. That's Trudeau in the flesh.
You see that video of it's Joe Biden just sitting down to dinner with like a family, and he's just like talking to them.
No, I haven't.
And look, I'm gonna say something to you, and you're gonna be like, that's not right.
Okay.
But it weirdly doesn't come across like this. Okay.
Okay.
He's sitting down to eat fried chicken with a black
Oh
family.
no.
But it weirdly doesn't come across like that. And in fact, I saw someone comment on it where they were like, the Democrats have been trying so hard to avoid equating Joe Biden with like old because in their mind it's like feeble and weak.
Right.
But this video kind of portrays him as like a fun grandpa.
Okay.
And they're like, if they leaned into this, his poll would be way higher.
Right.
Like he's literally
Yeah,
like
people trust old people when
he's
they're
sitting-
when they're not
he's sitting,
senile,
and he's
Yeah.
just kind of chatting. And the dad of the sons is going, tell the president, what you do. And he's like, well, I'm in school, and afterwards I play for the junior varsity basketball team.
Oh, fun.
And he's sitting there, and he just goes, are you really? Well, good for
Aw.
you.
Aw.
It's so heartwarming.
That's so awesome.
And I'm like,
I think Joe Biden is a lovely person. I
It
think
was-
he's just a little bit senile.
I
Like,
agree.
He's just losing it a little
but
bit.
I think you lean into the grandpa thing, and that's the same way I would.
Yeah.
I would love to just have a convo with Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
I go, we can have
And
a.
that's the thing. Like, I just want to chat with the guy
Yeah.
too. Like, he's not. I don't hate him.
See any good movies?
Yeah. Like, do I disagree with how he governs the country sometimes? Sure. But I don't hate the guy. He's the person. I want to chat with him and
Yeah.
maybe get a picture with him too. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Imagine showing that off. Look, I got a picture with the prime minister.
He runs the country.
That's really cool.
That's pretty neat.
So I was a little bummed because I like they release his itinerary every day online, for press, and I was checking it for the past like couple days.
Right.
And it was like he was in like Vancouver
Right.
and stuff, like in Western Canada, and I'm like, shoot, like I hope he flies back.
Yeah.
Because like I really would love, and then I found out they weren't sitting, so I'm like, there's no way he's gonna fly
Yeah.
back. And then anyways, I checked the morning of. So this morning, and he was in like Edmonton, and I'm like, "Freak,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see him."
I
and
think-
then Poilievre was in Kitchener at like our tour was at 12:45. He was in Kitchener at like 10, and that's like 5.5 hours from Ottawa. So I'm not seeing Poilievre either.
Yeah.
And I was like, shoot, those are only like two guys I really know.
I think
Maybe Jagmeet, but I don't know where he was.
it'd be, I don't know, playing Fortnite or something.
Yeah, something
Playing Among Us on Twitch. I think I don't know. I would want to have like a real conversation, but I would have to do some form of like a bit.
With Pierre.
Just any of them.
Yeah.
Just to
Oh,
see
yeah.
how they'd react.
Yeah.
Like not in a mean way.
'Cause I wonder how they are as real people.
Well, that's the thing. Like I want to go like with Justin Trudeau. Like my first instinct is to bring up like the "I did that" stickers,
Right.
And just go like,
What do you think of that?
what do you think? Like
Yeah.
that's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
And I just like I picture him just going like, that,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. I'm
That's
just
like-
kind of
that's
laughing
what
it off.
Is what it is.
Yeah,
Because it's hard to think of these people as just regular guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because you see them. Like, I think that a certain aspect of being a politician is acting. Like, you do have to put
Yeah.
on a persona that is like confident and right? Like, I don't think that these people are truly exactly what
Yeah.
they're putting out there. I'm sure like they're not faking
Yeah.
all of it, but they're definitely way more relaxed when you're just chatting with them.
I think I'd
I
have
wanna
to
see
make
that.
like a little bit of a joke with any one of
Yeah.
them. And some of them like I don't know if the joke like would be I wouldn't want to be mean, but I'd want to maybe like put them on the spot just a little, just to see like are you a person?
Yeah,
Like
are
do you have
you-
a sense
yeah.
of humor?
Yeah.
You know?
I think most of them would
Yeah.
be fine. Yeah.
Pierre, I drew a picture of you as like a gopher. Like it's not mean. It's just like
that would be funny. I would die. Like if someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, I drew a picture of you as a gopher."
Yeah.
I would be like, "I'm gonna hang this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this on my fridge."
That's funny, yeah.
That's great. But yeah,
very funny. You know, like that.
Yeah, I think if anyone was gonna not get the joke, it would be Pierre Poilievre. I think. But
Yeah. I
who knows how he is though? Really.
who knows? That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has actually seen like besides obviously their families.
If there's a
I
camera
don't know
around,
if there's a camera around has seen the real Pierre Poilievre, the real Justin Trudeau.
it's also just like that's the thing is like that's not what I want to do. I don't want to run up with like a camera in their face going like, "What are your thoughts on?"
Yeah,
Like I
No,
just want to
don't
be
wanna- I
like,
just want to chat
"Hey,
with them." Hey man, you mind if we snap a pic quick too,
Yeah.
like so I can show people that I met you? That's
politics
cool.
seem pretty brutal, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't want your job.
Yeah.
It is cool being in the House of Commons though. The House of Commons is very fun to look at and be in because I'm
Right.
like, wow, like it's cool what they do here. And like I feel like I just kind of I'm so kind of disconnected from just what it is to be a member of Parliament.
Yeah.
So to just see them like I would really like to go in person watch Question Period. And apparently you can just go.
I'm sure you can.
So how I knew what you could do before was that you call your MP and they can reserve seats for you. And that is something that you can do, and I knew you could
Scott.
do that, right? Is that who our MP is?
Scott Davidson, I think.
Is that who it is, or is that the MPP? I don't remember.
I think he's the MP.
Yeah, whoever it is. But anyways, but then I was talking to the tour guide, and she's like, yeah, some are obviously reserved by MPs, but she's like, sometimes there's just available seats. So if you just walk up to the visitor entrance on any given day and say, hey, are there available seats?
He's a member of the House of Commons.
There you go.
Scott Davidson.
Is there like available seats in the House of Commons today? And they go, yeah, and they'll just do a security check and let you in, and you can just watch.
Have you seen Scott Davidson?
No, I haven't. Is he a weird looking guy?
He's got. I don't want to be rude. He's got a quite a dominating forehead.
Okay, let me have a look. Oh wow, that is quite a large forehead, Scott. He looks fun though.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy.
Is he liberal?
No.
Conservative.
Yeah.
Oh really?
One
I
T.
didn't know our riding was conservative.
Yeah. Also, this pic doesn't do you any favors.
No, that's not doing anything for you.
Just-
You combed it down.
Yeah,
a little
let
bit too.
the
That's
forehead
weird.
ride, man.
Anyways,
Shows
yeah,
you got a big old brain.
Just experience it.
I know, Scott, never met you as a person. You're probably a great guy. 1T?
Yeah.
SCOT?
That's it.
1T?
Oh, that just clicked for me.
Yeah, Scott Davidson,
That's
1T.
weird. Well, I mean, hey, you know what though? Me and you should rip a day trip down to Ottawa and go watch the House of Commons. How cool would that be?
That'd be awesome.
Right? Just to see how it goes. A day when Pierre and Trudeau are there, so we can see them go at it a little bit.
Yeah, make
That'd
some
be fun.
quips.
Yeah. And then like watch the whole place like lose their marbles. It's crazy when they do that.
You can't.
You can't. You're not allowed to record in it. No, you can't record it. It's on TV. You can go watch it back.
Why? So why do they care?
I don't know.
You guys are doing it.
Yeah, who knows?
Can't we do it?
Who knows? But anyways, it was unbelievable. But here's let me tell you this though.
Wait,
so,
just real quick. Hey guys, welcome back to the Merely Cool Podcast.
yeah, can you imagine?
We're here at the House of Commons.
Can you imagine like a little camera?
Yeah.
We're at the House of Commons.
Nothing.
No. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm putting it away.
We're not recording
I'm
anymore.
not actually putting it away.
Guys, we're still recording.
We still like have these out.
It's still like right there.
Like no, dude. It's literally like
It's away.
it's nothing, bro. Can you imagine?
Like hanging.
You pull it out of there. It has been a while since I've been through a security checkpoint though. So you gotta take your belt off and everything.
Right.
Oh, I hate it. And then there was like 16 people ahead of me and they all walked through no problem.
Yeah.
I take my belt off. I walk through the thing. Beep, beep, beep,
Yeah, of
beep.
course.
I gotta do the thing where
Yeah.
they go over me. It was awful.
Probably not a great moment for jokes either. You know?
No. They are much nicer than border officers.
But I mean, if you're like, you get the guy who's
Yeah.
like a little bit miffed that he has to do this. Like,
yeah.
what am I gonna do? Kill the prime minister?
yeah. But every time
Don't let him in.
It's one of those things. It's the same thing of me at the hospital.
Yeah.
Whenever a cop walks by me in the ER and I go, "Oh, grab his gun,
Yeah.
man." Like that happened to me the other night. We were at McDonald's at night. It was like 10 p.m. and
Yeah.
there was a Parliamentary Protection Service, PPS or whatever they are.
Okay.
Like it's the cops of Parliament. It's like they're their own thing. Like, and he was just chilling at the counter with his gun sticking out, and I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "But you're like, I will
Yeah.
die if
Yeah,
I
oh
do
yeah.
that. He will shoot me."
Yeah.
But anyways, so every time I go to these checkouts, I always just go. My brain always just goes, "Say you have like a bomb in your coat."
Say a joke.
Yeah, just be
Say
like,
a little joke.
just make sure you don't take my bomb there or something like something stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna get shot
Yeah.
one day. But anyways, I always win over my head. We'll see. But okay, but there was these people on our tour who were imagine for a second, a boomer
Heard
who
of 'em.
cannot fathom that other people in the world exist and is your most stereotypical conservative man you've ever met in your life. Just imagine that.
Yeah.
That was this person times 10 and a buddy who was
Nice.
just like him. And so we got two ultra conservatives. Everything wrong with the Conservative Party in this tour. Would have been front row at the trucker convoy boys.
Give me a
You
quip.
know.
What do they say? Give me some.
So we walk into the and like they just keep talking during the tour guide. They're like asking the tour guide questions that are dumb, and like you can tell they hate Trudeau. Like at one point they're like, "Oh, where does Pierre sit?" And she's like, "Oh, right over there." And he's like, "Oh, next to the blonde, right? To the blonde, like an MP." Who sits next to Poilievre? He's like, "Oh, the blonde there, like just that blonde." And she's like, "Well, that's a member of Parliament." Like,
And she was there?
like the blonde, like
The blonde lady was there?
She didn't hear us. We were up like at
Yeah.
the top, but she was there sitting in her seat. She's a member of Parliament sitting in her
A
seat.
member of our government.
Yeah, and he just goes, "Oh yeah, that blonde there," and then like the tour guide's like, "Don't just call her that blonde. Like that's a member of Parliament." And anyways, she's like, "Yeah, Poilievre sits next to him," and he's like, "Okay." But then the thing that made me like openly sigh was we walk into the like lower part of the House of Commons, and the guy goes, "Wow." And like I guess there was like a wall chipped or something. He's like, "Wow, spend $60 million on an app, but can't spruce this place up," like loud so everybody can hear it. And I'm like, I like sighed. I was like, "Shut up!" Like no one wants to hear your smart comments. "Oh, $60 million on an app. Cool. Wow. That's in the news."
I just think.
Shut up. And then so every prime minister has a portrait of themselves, right?
course.
They get to pick the artist and whatever. It's a thing. They've been doing it since John A. McDonald. Harper's is not up yet because I guess
Still working on
maybe they're still working on it. I don't know. Something. It's not up.
They had to invent a new shade of beige.
Anyways, it's really cool actually. The difference in like creativity of each one.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think it was Mulrooney has like a yellow background, an entire yellow background, and the reason is because he asked like his granddaughter how she wanted to be represented in the photo, and she was just like make the whole background yellow, and he was like okay, and the whole background's
cool.
yellow.
I like
But
that.
anyways, Harper's isn't up for whatever reason. The tour guide didn't know. She's like, we just don't have Harper's yet. And the guy goes, you don't have Harper's, huh? I'm gonna write him about that. Right in front of him, like he walks up next to the tour guide and turns to all of us, like we care. I'm gonna write him about that. Very interesting that you don't have Harper's. Almost insinuating like Trudeau won't hang it or something.
He said, he said, I'm gonna write.
I'm gonna
about
write
that?
him about that.
Write him about
Harper.
that.
And he goes,
Like they're friends.
yeah,
Like they're
And
buds.
He's just like, but like, it's not like he's saying that from the back of the thing. He's walking up next to the tour guide, turning to all of us, going, "Doesn't have Harper's, huh? I'm gonna write him about that." And I'm sitting here going, What are you like? Are you insinuating there's some kind of conspiracy theory? Like Trudeau, evil, like arch enemy Trudeau got into the House of Commons and went, you know what? I'm not gonna, for the first time in history, I'm not gonna hang it. Like I have any control over that.
Yeah.
What a knuckle! And then like there was so many more things, like
I wanna
scoffing
see.
at Pierre Trudeau's portrait. Even though Pierre Trudeau's portrait is so cool, bro, he looks great in it.
Let me see.
You should search
I'm
it up.
I'm looking up.
Why they don't have Stephen Harper's?
No, I'm just looking at prime minister's portraits here.
You gotta find Pierre Trudeau's, man.
I'm working on it.
He looks so good in it. French people are such good dressers.
Yay.
Like you know who has like the best suits is the Bloc Québécois leader.
You think I want to go to the
Champlain? Is that his name? I can't remember what his name is. Francois? I don't know. He looks great.
These are photographs. That's not what I want.
They're also in very nice frames.
Official painting.
Yeah.
I searched portrait and I'm getting flipping.
Yeah, I think it's like the official. Like I guess every prime minister when they leave office gets to do one.
So Trudeau doesn't have one yet.
No, he does not until he leaves office.
Okay, so
Harper doesn't have one yet either.
I googled.
Interesting though. I'm gonna write him about it.
Very interesting.
And they just kept talking over the lady.
So I
asking
googled
dumb
prime
questions.
minister. Oh no, I was like I googled Trudeau official painting,
Pierre Trudeau.
but it was Pierre's. Let's see. Oh,
Do you see it? Yeah,
Bro.
He's in like a little green coat. He's holding like, but it's not just on his shoulder.
He's wearing some leather glove or holding some gloves.
Not wearing them, holding
yeah.
them, which is so cool.
He's getting ready to go hunting.
Doesn't he look great in
He
it?
looks awesome.
Yeah, search it up if you're at home. You know, Pierre Trudeau's like official portrait or official painting. He looks great in it, and it's hanging up in like a nice, well lit area with a nice frame, and he looks great. And like these guys are quipping at it, oh, you know, like father like son, and I'm like, dude, can you just appreciate the art for a second? It's amazing. Whoever painted it, excellent job. I didn't check, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, these are like
The whole time these guys are just making comments. And I'm like, you guys are everything wrong with conservatives. Like, just don't be unbearable for 3 seconds.
Yeah,
The
most-
arrive cam thing, and then he touched Anissa. Her cardigan. He was like, wow, is this something? And like touched it, which made Anissa very uncomfortable for good reason.
Oh, some of the
Complete
okay.
stranger.
Wait. I think I did.
And then he walked away, and I was like, if you touched her again.
Is this the Brian Mulrooney one?
Yeah. No. Maybe it wasn't Mulrooney. Maybe it was Chrétien. Might have been Chrétien. But the Mulrooney one's nice too. It might have been Chrétien who had the all yellow background.
This is what's her face.
Kim Campbell. Yeah, hers is nice too.
That's nice. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chrétien.
That's quite nice.
Isn't
There's a
it
bit
fun?
of color in the. There's like an
Yeah.
odd color on the face, which is fun.
It looks like a McDonald's like portrait. It's very interesting. It's just like it stands out so much from the others because they're all like very.
Who the heck is this guy? Paul Edgar Philippe Martin?
Probably some random like, probably like the 11th prime minister or something.
Nah, dude. This is like
Recent.
official photograph of Prime Minister Paul Edgar Philippe Martin was taken in Prime Minister's office in Parliament Hill in December 2003. Who the heck is this guy?
Maybe he took over like briefly, like Kim Campbell type deal.
Oh,
Or, like, in
maybe
for like 4 months. Then
Yeah, Stephen Harper's is just a picture, a paint. He did a photograph.
Oh, he didn't want to do a painting.
It looks like that way.
Oh, all right, well.
Because the guy before him also just did a photograph.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So the last painting one was Chrétien.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there was one next to Chrétien that looked like maybe new. Maybe it just got there.
Yeah, like there's this, and that exists. So I don't know if
Yeah, it wasn't hanging up there.
he's gonna do a painting.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I'm
eventually,
sure
or-
it takes a while to get these like nice paintings done.
Oh, wait a second. Look what I just found. 2016. Harper may not get an official portrait for years.
Oh, why?
Let's find out. Dalton McGuinty as a premier head portrait. When will we see an official prime minister? Not anytime soon. The commissioning of official portraits takes time and coordination between both the House of Commons and the Public Services and Procurement Department. When contacted, spokespeople for both the House and the department said it was the other institution that was responsible for the portraits.
Okay, so just a bunch of confusion.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, so like, but ultimately, whatever. He'll get it eventually.
Chrétien's wasn't released until 2010.
Yeah,
So-
that's a long.
That's
That's
a
4
long
years. That's 4 years
time.
after Harper started. So yeah, guys, just flip and relax, okay?
Yeah.
But anyways, I couldn't believe it.
Interesting.
I honestly couldn't believe it. Like, I'm gonna write him about that. What
That's
about
so
what?
funny.
Like, you think he cares? He's over on Bay Street making stacks. He
I
doesn't
think-
care about you emailing him.
I just feel like
And then none of us care about it.
I don't know how to respond in those moments.
Yeah.
Like a
I just
lot of the time
sighed.
I'm just like, yeah, you just kind of go like,
I was like, no one wants to listen
Yeah.
to you. We want to listen to the tour guide tell us actual historical facts.
yeah.
No one wants to listen to you. Oh, does Pierre sit next to the blonde? You mean an elected member of parliament? Who, I don't know what her name is, but she
Yeah.
has a name, and she's probably very good at her job.
Yeah. The only thing that makes that worse is it when your tour guide goes, yeah, he sits next to that
Member of parliament, yeah.
And then he goes, nice.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like just something. Yeah, people are weird. I think like part of me wishes that I have like, I would never say anything contrary
Yeah.
because I know that that's not going to work.
Yeah.
But part of me always wishes like that I had the courage to agree with them
Yeah.
in extremes
Yeah.
so that even they are uncomfortable.
Right.
Where like they're like, huh, Harper's isn't up. Very interesting. And I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
And why hasn't his come up yet? You're speaking truth, mister. Like,
That'd be great.
you know,
Maybe I should have.
I
done
never
that.
would.
Yo,
But-
it's yeah. I like multiple times in this tour. I'm like,
You just like
Here we
look
go
at him
again.
and you're like,
and like I at least said that to her too, and as the tour guy said it, I'm like that sentence alone shows me that he has no respect for like women. To say like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
next
yeah.
to the blonde, and it's like that is that's not just some blonde woman.
yeah.
Like that is a very important person. I'll
Ben,
go check for her name if you want me to. I don't remember. She didn't say it. but-
Pierre is the only important person.
Yep.
He's fixing it. He's putting the pieces back together.
Yep.
As his jigsaw puzzle ad
Yep.
says.
But yeah, I think I do really want to go when they're sitting and
It'd be interesting.
and both the prime minister and Poilievre, the honorable opposition leader, are there. I feel bad for the tour guide too because she has to refer to them all as right honorable.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta
and
really,
it's like that's a
yeah.
lot of words.
It is.
Where it's like, yeah, so right there is where the right honorable Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sits, and that is where the right honorable official opposition leader Pierre Poilievre sits. I'm like, that's a mouthful
lot.
of words. Like, just say Pierre Poilievre. We know who you mean.
We should go and we do like a Statler and Waldorf thing where we're heckling, but we don't agree. You know?
We're heckling separate things.
Yeah. Like that's where the right honorable official opposition Pierre Poilievre sits. And I go, couldn't see up here without his glasses. Am I right? And then you come in all hammy and go, not that he'd want to see Trudeau with a face like that, you know? We're just like, you know?
That would be funny. That would be very funny.
We're just heckling against each other.
That would be good. They would kick us out.
Absolutely. They're
But
kicking
anyways.
us out. We're like, what? What are we going to do? Kill the prime minister?
And I go, you want to see my wallet? I'll take it out for you.
Yeah, very quickly. Oh, those security guard and police officers are coming at us pretty quick. Here you go, officer.
Yeah, here's my license.
My ID. I'm complying.
Oh boy.
I want to get
Anyways,
tackled in the House of Commons.
that would be nuts. I want to kind of streak. I'll streak through it. I will. I'll
Get
do
tased
it.
in the
I'll
House of
do it.
Commons.
I'll make it on TV, baby. They don't show it on the NFL broadcast anymore, so I got to resort to something a little better. House of Commons, baby.
Official live government media that gets me locked up for many years.
There's a cool thing though. Quickly, I didn't know about this. Do you know about the mace that they carry through? So, it's not an official mace. Like, it's not an actual weapon anymore. But apparently, because all of our like government institutions
It's founded
originated
on rocks
in the UK,
and archaic. Yeah.
well, it was originated in the UK.
Yeah.
Apparently, like back like when Parliament was a thing, but the King was still a thing. If the Speaker of the House,
What do you mean back when he was still a thing?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if Fulman anymore.
What?
Back when the King
Because
had
he's riddled with
had
cancer.
supreme power. It's apparently like if the Speaker of the House had something that the King disagreed with, they would like lose their head. They get their head cut off, and that was like a common thing. Like they were going
Right,
through
right,
speakers
right.
super fast.
Yeah.
People were just getting their
Yeah,
heads cut off all
okay.
the time by the King, and so basically like Parliament got this mace, and basically the mace they had one person who would hold the mace, and the point was to protect the Speaker of the House.
Right.
And if anyone tried to run at the Speaker, they would just hit them with the mace. And now
That's awesome.
they don't use the mace anymore, obviously, but they just bring the mace in there, and that's how they start.
Just to be like,
session.
we're ready.
We are ready to go. We have the protecting mace that we can hit anybody if they try to come at the Speaker.
That's
Sure,
awesome.
why did we not learn about this in school? I don't remember learning about the mace. That's so cool. They would just hit people with it.
They should teach that in schools.
Yeah.
That's way cooler than
That's
like.
so much cooler than learning about all the other boring stuff we learned about in civics class. So, yeah, back in the day, some assassin would come. You know what? The King doesn't want this. I'm going to cut your head off. Oh. Gets smacked with the mace. See you later. That's hilarious. Anyways.
Sorry, I'm really focusing on you saying that the King doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, my Lord.
You know, we still have one of those. He's important, and he has cancer.
He does. Was it cancerous? I haven't been paying
I
attention
believe
to what's
so.
going on.
I read an article, and I don't know what the headline just tickled me pink, and it's
What's the
probably. Let me tell you. So, King Charles has historically made some comments about chemotherapy
Doesn't
negatively.
like it? Okay, sounds about right.
So here's a little quip from this article.
That stuff, the stuff they get from babies.
A royal adrenochrome, of
That's
course.
the one, yeah.
A royal expert has revealed that King Charles has reportedly always argued against chemotherapy and is in fact an advocate for things like natural herbs and potions.
Natural herbs and potions?
That's what the article
No
says,
way.
baby.
It actually says that? Herbs and potions?
That's what it
The
says.
word potions.
Yeah, bro.
That's on. How did I not see that?
Isn't that
That's
awesome?
Unbelievable. Potions.
Well, you gotta think about it. Back when he was born, the
He's off in-
apothecary was
yeah.
still up and running.
Okay, let me just whip up a quick cancer remedy for you, Mr.
toil and trouble.
King.
He has to go to his official advisor / magician. He's always cloaked.
Yeah.
Here
Sire, here is your
my liege.
You go. Here you go. Drink this, sire. It's like bubbly.
Yeah. He
Well,
finishes
man.
it, and a puff of smoke comes out of the glass.
Yeah, a little like skull out of his
Yeah.
face. The cancer exiting.
Exactly.
Coming out of his butt, actually.
Yeah.
It was prostate cancer, wasn't it?
I don't think they've said.
Colon cancer. Who knows?
Anyway,
Anyways,
Gosh.
long live the king.
that Canadian mint is going to be pissed.
Just finished.
We
We just finished
we
making the new coins,
just-
man. You gotta stop with this. Do they do that too? Like, do our coins have his face on it now?
I don't
Is that
think.
a thing, or we just stick with old?
No,
Lizzie?
I think they're
we should
working
stick with
on
Lizzie.
it.
She's great.
I think they're working on it. Let's see.
Because before Lizzie, did we have somebody else on our coins?
Yes.
Well, we obviously. What a dumb question. It's so late, bro. That's the dumbest question in the world. It was just always Lizzie. Who is this woman?
For the longest-
She gets born. The prophecy has come true. The woman on the coin is here.
There's like They're like, finally, we can put someone on this flat side of the coin. We've been dying.
Oh my goodness, I'm so stupid.
See.
I'm so stupid.
They've shown them. Yeah. Apparently, a small number have entered circulation.
Wow. Look at that. Good looking man. King Philip or whatever. Charles. Anyways, long live the king.
Long live the king.
And
as I get my claws into him and throw him into the ravine where he gets run over by wildebeest.
There you go. Dear God.
It's the lion.
Well, keep an eye out. Yeah, I got that. Thank you. Keep an eye out for me and Judah's episode of Us at the House of Commons.
Yeah. We're going to drink a potion in the House of Commons.
Yeah. Well, the king does it. The king does it.
What, I can't drink a potion in the House of Commons?
Can't drink a potion in the Commons, bro? Come on.
Very interesting. I'll write him about that.
I'm going to write Stephen Harper about this.
Well,
Stephen Harper, why don't you have your portrait up yet, man?
He's too busy
Trudeau's-
consuming potions.
Trudeau doesn't want to put it up.
Exactly.
Trudeau's the dictator now.
Trudeau will probably put his up early if I were to guess.
Yeah, it's probably already up. Probably been up. Yeah, I wanted to kill that guy. It was just so awful to listen to him talk and breathe.
Hey, man, can you just, shut up?
I should have said that. I hope that my very audible sigh was enough for him to walk home and be like, man, why did that guy sigh at me?
Yeah, but you know he didn't.
No, he wasn't.
You know he went.
He can't even fathom other people exist.
You know he went home and tweeted about his funny joke that he told,
Yeah.
and the entire tour laughed.
Yeah, the whole tour laughed out when I said, "Well, it was
your stomach?"
Yeah, I'm trying not to toot.
You can.
I'm holding it in. $60 million on an app. Can't spruce this up a bit. It's the House of Commons, bro. It hasn't been spruced up in 150 years.
The temporary House of Commons.
It is the temporary House of Commons.
They literally are in the process of sprucing up the House of Commons.
True.
They are literally sprucing it as we speak.
It's true.
Until 2031.
You're a moron, man on my tour.
Yeah.
As someone who has voted conservative before, it's so difficult for me to be around people like that because I go, we vote for the same party. That's depressing, incredibly depressing. Almost enough to move me over to the other party. All right, thanks for listening to the Really Cool Podcast. One a little long. It'll be out in 7 hours from now.
We had a wonderful time hearing about Ben's trip where he got naked and went to the House of Commons.
Punched a conservative.
And he drove a lot.
I did drive a lot. It's far away.
It is.
It's like 4.5, almost 5 hours.
It's up there.
It's a long way. It takes a long time.
You should have driven down to Kitchener.
I know, to see Pierre.
Yeah.
Daddy P.
Thank you, sir. Anyway, thanks for listening to the Barely Cool.
Like crying.
You did it so firmly. And you kind of puffed out your cheeks and lips, and I watched your entire face just jiggle for a split second, and your eyes were kind of like they were slivers, like you were crying, and
Glossy.
you're just like, oh.
He walks out of like some library where he's doing some meeting. Sir. Thank you.
I love the idea of someone who's so much of a fan of Pierre Poilievre that it even kind of throws him off.
Yeah.
Where he because he definitely gets the fans who are like, "Thank you
You're
for
our
saving our
savior."
country,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "Well, thank you."
Yeah.
But like to hit him so aggressively with that he's like, "How do
I handle this? Thanks.
You're like holding back tears.
Godspeed to you, sir.
Get that bastard
Right,
out of the
honorable.
House of Commons. Spruce it up a little.
And get Stephen Harper's thing
Portrait
up on
up.
that wall.
All right, thanks for listening to the
Thanks for listening to the Breakable Podcast, guys. See you later.
I've been barely cool for a while, cool with a wank or a smile, but I'm cooler than you are with or without buzz. I've started, this is really hard for me. Well, I'll stop myself if nobody else does.
Hit him with like the double salute.
He like misses your arms going up though, so he just sees you like across the street, just like,
You're to like grab his hand and kiss a ring, and he's like,
Sir!
"No, not."
sir. You start the salute, but you're like 20 feet away, so you're running. Sir,
Please wait. Pierre, Mr. Poilievre, Right Honorable Poilievre.
spit on me. Anyway.
I want to kiss him.
Oh, that was good. That cracked me up.